Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title, this is going to be a little bit more of a serious video. I was kind of debating on whether I wanted to do it or not, but I feel like since I am on camera and a lot of people do look at my face, that I would kind of let people know what it is or what happened. So if you want to go ahead and see that, just stay tuned. So about 2 years ago, it'll be 2 years ago this August, I dyed my hair. I dyed my hair like a magenta color, but I don't think that had anything to do with what happened. And I took my kids to football practice, and all of a sudden I just felt like my face was going numb and it was tingling, and it was on my right side of my face. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm having another, because I have hemiplegic migraines. I said, oh, I'm getting another hemiplegic migraine. So I didn't really think anything of it, because with hemiplegic migraines, basically what it feels like is a stroke. Half of your body goes numb and your vision's impaired. So I have those. I'm on medication for them, but I still have them sometimes. So I thought, oh, it's just another hemiplegic migraine. You know, it'll go away. I'm in the sun. Maybe it's because of that. And, you know, whatever happens, it'll, because it usually lasts about a half an hour. So I waited, and it actually got worse. It started to, my face started to droop, and you know, my eyes started to go down like this, and then eventually I couldn't even close my eye. And as you can tell, you know, my I can't smile on this side. So I thought, oh my gosh, did I just have a stroke? Even though, because I had no idea what was happening. I was completely terrified. I waited a couple days, because this isn't the first time that it's happened. I had one when I was pregnant with my son, and I had to get life flighted to the hospital, and they ended up telling me that it was probably, I was having TIAs, which is I can't even think of how to say it, but it is when there's like a blood clot going from certain vessels, and it makes you have those kind of stroke-like symptoms. But so I waited a couple days, and I actually went to my neurologist, and my neurologist said he checked my face, because I guess with if you have a stroke, you don't have the lines, or I can't remember what the difference is, but so he told me that I basically had Bell's palsy. So if you don't know what Bell's palsy is, it's basically just your nerves in your face get inflamed, and they cause it to basically paralyze your face. At first, I couldn't close my eye fully. He wanted to put me on steroids, but because I am bipolar, I cannot take steroids for that fact. So, and the weird part about this is because the year previous, my daughter actually got the exact same thing. Her face went droopy, and it was quite a traumatic thing for her, because she was so young and she worried about her appearance. But she actually did get put on steroids. She did get kind of aggressive at times because of that, but it actually went away, I think, within like a month or two. So it didn't last very long for her. So I went to the doctor. He told me basically, you know, give it 6 months and it should go away. Then he told me I should probably go see an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Since that has to do with my face, he told me to go there. The ear, nose, and throat doctor, they actually did a test on my face. It's actually a little bit painful, because they put shocks on your face down here, you know, up here, just to test the nerves to see how they're responding and if they think they'll come back. So I went to him and he told me to do that, so I went, and he said that there was a 90% chance that my face would not go back to normal because most of the nerves in my face were not functioning at all, even with the stimulation. So I went back to the ENT, and he told me that basically if my face did not come back to normal, that they would have to put a plate in my eyelid, so my eyelid would close. Because if your eye does not close, you can get infections, you could lose your eye, you could become blind. So my eye does close, it just stays just a smidge open. So he said, you know what, we're gonna give it 6 months, like the other doctor told me. Let's give it 6 months, and I'll have you come back and we'll check it out again. So this 6 months was really long because my face was a lot more droopy than it was. I don't know if you can tell from my very first video. It was a lot worse, but it was even worse than that. And I tried not to let it get me down. I felt like people were always looking at me, even though I feel that way anyways, because I have body dysmorphic syndrome, and I feel like that anyway. So for the Bell's palsy to come into that mix is kind of hard. It's really hard. You know, I felt like people were always looking at me, and I even had troubles with my husband because I felt like he was embarrassed to be seen with me, even though he wasn't. So I was embarrassed to basically go outside. I still kind of am right now. You know, I always feel like I tried to avoid face-to-face confrontations or smiling. You know, I've kind of gotten a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera, but before I tried not to even smile or move my face too much. But a year passed, and I went to go see my neurologist, and you know, I asked him, I said, is this ever gonna go away? It's been a year already. And he said, oh, you know, some cases they go away right away, some cases they take a year. And I said, well, it's been a year, you know, what do I do? So he said, just try massaging your face, chewing gum, get your nerves working, which I did. He said, you know what, it'll probably be another 6 months. So I tried everything he told me. It got a little bit better. 6 months had passed and still nothing. Like, it's still the exact same. And I go back and I say, well, it's not getting better. Everything's the same. What's going on? And so he said, well, it'll probably take 2 years, if that. And I said, okay, we'll see in 2 years. I still don't feel like it's ever gonna get better. So it'll be 2 years in August 1st, and that's basically been my journey. I mean, I had to get some tests on my head just to actually make sure that it was Bell's palsy, because it has lasted such a long time. And the weird thing is I have it, my daughter had it, my great grandpa had it, so I'm wondering if it's actually hereditary. If you guys know, just leave it down in the comments. But I have tried not to let it get me down, and I've never had a comment about it. People try to avoid saying stuff about it, but I just wanted to let you guys know, in case you were curious and didn't want to ask. That's what it is. You know, I have Bell's palsy. There's nothing I can do about it as of right now, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you do that, because this was kind of a hard video to make. And also give a thumbs up if you know somebody, or if you've had Bell's palsy, how long it's lasted, if you still have it. That way, you know, I can get kind of an idea. I know everybody's different, but You know, it'll be 2 years and it's been a long journey. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.